spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. To throw is Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll drop the throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller. Touchdown, Vikings! Nicole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A play fake. Now Fields to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Now Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Completes it to Hardman. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Fields. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They go play action here on 1st down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a second down. On the give is Nwangu. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run is Nwangu. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, we'll see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room? There he goes, right side. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. 106 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And some room to work. A great move by Montgomery. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Play action. It's Fields. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. 118 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty. That's on the guard, Connor Williams. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Looking to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Fields throwing again.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Fields.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They snap it to Fields. He's got his man on the crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's Fields. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That's complete to Mooney.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll go right back to Nwangu. Fights him off. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. 138 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Nwangu. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. And this one complete to Smith. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you for